All right.
Yes, all right. So this is our practice session on This House Regrets the Rise of Influencer Advertising. This was for uh the recording to just make sense later. Yes, now how many of you wish to deliver a speech? I'll need a 2 minutes long speech right away. Okay, right. Okay, don't give me your names just yet. I'm just getting a rough figure. Give me a show of hands first. Cool, that's a lot of candidature. All right. Okay, lower your hands. So, I'm going to give you a countdown. Please put in your name, whoever does it first. First you will go. Please put in your names in the chat in 3, 2, 1. Okay, done. Enough. Okay. So it's Aditya and Abira. Cool. Aditya on camera, Abira also on camera. So we'll hear you out. Both are proposition, right?
Yeah.
My bad. We need something to go up as well then.
Ma'am,
Aditya and Abira, out of the two of you, would anybody like to switch stance immediately?
Actually, I can try, but I might stumble and
That's
because
all
I
right.
just prepared for the
Never a problem. All right. So cool. Rupashi, could you lower your hand? Yeah, I'll give you guys more chances. So 2 minutes, 2 minutes, all right, speech time. If you want to end early, you're free to. So Aditya is going for, Avira is going against, and we'll hear you guys out. Just give me 1 second, I'll share my screen with a timer. All right. So, Aditya, you can start with proposition speech whenever you're ready. Just give me a countdown and begin.
3, 2, 1. So, I'm Aditya Ghosh speaking from Side Prop. For the motion, this house regrets the rise of influencer advertising. So, first of all, what is an influencer? An influencer is someone who can influence their the decisions of their followers. Then, what is influencer marketing? It is a form of social media marketing which involves endorsements and product placements from influencers, people, and other organizations, usually on social media. So, why is it bad? My first argument is the education or the knowledge of the influencer. Sometimes, while the influencer might give some information out, especially about critical products like medicine, etc., or any some nutritional supplements, but they might not have the proper information to supplement it. According to this, in recent events, the government of India had also added a act to the internet regulation that they have to provide a medical degree or any degree if they need to give any medical advice on social media. And then there is another argument of crypto pumping and basically the motives of the influencer. One thing that used to happen during the crypto age when the crypto was booming, that influencers used to pump crypto, buy that crypto, and then sell it, which used to lead to a great profit to them, but loss to their viewers and the people who are influenced by them. So, in conclusion, this house regrets the rise of influencer advertisement because it leads to the harm of the customer and the public in general, while often unfairly benefiting the influencer. That's it.
All right. Thank you for that fine speech. Side of Abira whenever you're ready.
Yeah. In 3, 2, 1. So, what we are looking right now is a world in which one of the most common jobs is being an influencer. Youth, especially children, are being influenced by these influencers, and these influencers shape and change the way we act and our actions and our experiences. Now, what is an influencer? An influencer is a people who influences a large number of people. Usually, these influencers influence people through social media. And when I talk about influencer marketing or influencer advertisement, this means that when brands basically brands hire or pay influencers to promote their brand products. Now, what the smartphones, like for example, right now we are using smartphones which give us a worldview, but these social media shape the actions that we perform, and due to this, influencers affect our case and affect our thinking and our actions. So what right now is happening that influencers can actually use these to benefit the people. I agree with the proposition that in proper information might not be able to go to the people who are basically from who are not educated well, and they might perceive it as something bit off, like in a different point of view than what the influencers is actually trying to promote. But as for the people in urban areas, mostly they know that the difference between a wrong and the right, and that's why I think that influencers will be able to affect people better. Yeah, done.
All right. We're going to take a quick vote. What's your verdict? Like most of our verdict in the room. Put it in the chat. Proper op. Who do you think it goes to if we were not to have a reply speech? This is a friendly debate, so nobody has to feel slighted. No, don't write their names. Say proper op. Yeah.
Ma'am, can other people ask POIs?
I mean, that would be a good exercise. Yes. All right. Who do you want to ask a POI?
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a POI for both of them. So
Okay.
anyone, like, can I ask to both of them on one person only?
See, okay. So I'm allowing POIs here for better engagement. But POIs are not allowed in the actual rounds, guys. Please. I'm reiterating it. Don't come back to me saying, but hey, in the case prep, you allowed POIs. This is for engagement, purely that. Cool. Lupashi, go. First ask prop, then off.
Okay. So the prof mentioned in their speech how these advertisement techniques can be deceptive, but how can you but I think that's a very aristocrat capitalist view. How do you think that how can small businesses afford such traditional marketing which are very costly? Don't you think that influencer marketing for them is a more affordable substitution and which can hence lead to small businesses taking shape, which can hence promote the economy? What
Firstly,
do you want to say
often,
about that?
yeah. Firstly, often influencer marketing is not the most economic or the cheapest option unless they do it themselves. And even then, this point of whether it helps improving small businesses does not disregard the point that it still deceives the customer. In the end, we want the best for the people, the best for the customer. If the business is deceiving the customer, then there is no use. It doesn't add any value. That's my response.
Ma'am, can we take a follow-up or should I move to my question for opposition?
No follow-ups. Also, shorter questions. 15 seconds is like the time that you're given for a POI when it's allowed. So yeah, ask one to op if you have.
Yes. So the opposition mentioned in their speech how influencers have a great power to influence people, and they told that the market, the people they're influencing also include kids. Don't you think that kids are very easy to persuade, and if they use their power for something wrong, don't you think that will harm the kids or the vulnerable groups such as teenagers?
Due to the rise of smartphones, it is inevitable for children and for teens to use phones, because people right now children and teens are using phones as a method of studying. So parents are forced to give these smartphones to the children, and this will result in them misusing it. Yes, I agree, but it's the like basically it's our job, the adults or the seniors or the maybe the parents or the teachers job to basically spread awareness amongst youngsters and students so that they might not follow the path which might lead to destruction, like basically payment or pornography, or maybe there are different things that could take place.
All right. Okay. So that's that. That's one round. I'm not going to give my inputs because again, it'll be another training session of theory. You already know what my opinions on constructive reply speeches are. Please mold your speeches accordingly.
Yes.
Another round. Are we all ready for that? Because it's still 8:34. I think we can have one more
Can
round.
someone who has already participated actually put their
No,
names?
that's
Okay.
no, that'll be very
Yeah.
unfair. All right. This all supports. Let me find a nice motion. Just 1 second. Okay. This is an actor motion. This house, as I'm also putting it in the chat, as the parent of a child prodigy. Guys, don't direct message me. Then I mean, I lose sight of what I'm doing. Would push that child to maximize its potential. Look at the motion, take 2 minutes, then I'm going to ask the volunteers. If there are any questions, like clarifications you want on the motion, you're free to ask now. Yes, Aradhana.
This house regrets, right?
No, this house as the parent of a child
Okay.
would push that child to maximize its potential.
So the opposition also has to say that only, no? That
Yeah, that you're the parent of a child, but you will say that no, we will not push the child to maximize its potential. We will tell them to do something else.
all right.
Cool. I'm gonna look for volunteers, and then I will give everybody 5 minutes so that the rest of you can ask questions and like make the right questions, and the two volunteers can prepare their speeches. Okay. So call for volunteers, prop and op. No, come on, wait. Not yet. Call for volunteers in 3, 2, 1. No, stop. Some people you dropped your name before 1. Call for volunteers in 3, 2, 1. Enough. Okay, all right. Wait, this is confusing. Now I can't tell. Wait. I don't want any text after this. Stop here. Oh, okay. Don't direct message me. Yes, don't direct message me. It's difficult to keep track of what you're saying. Stop here. Don't type anything after this message. Okay, I'm going to take the first 2 names after this message now. I want volunteers in 3, 2, 1. Enough. So Bismad and Viha, yes. Where's Bismad? Are you on camera?
I'll just turn it on.
If you're not on camera, then it's not fair for you to get a chance because there's other people who are trying to. Yeah, okay. Bismad is here, and then there's Viha. Is it Viha or Vihan?
Can you hear me?
It's Vihar.
Okay. Okay. So who will go prop? Who will go up? Bismad, are you okay with prop?
Yes, ma'am.
Viha, you go up by default then.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll give you guys 5 minutes. All of you, just think about it. Try to think of arguments. I'll allow you to ask questions, like I gave Rupashi the chance. So can we reconvene at 8:45? Cool.
I have a doubt, meanwhile, if you could take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about POIs, do they have to be directly contradicting someone's statement, or can they be like broader points against the whole argument as a whole?
No,
It's
something
like
that they've
imply.
already said. You can question what they're saying. You can't question something extraneously. Or you
So
could,
you
yes, you could also ask a question which is relevant to their side. I mean, in the sense that should be able to answer it even if they didn't mention it in their speech.
so then something that they imply can be fair ground for POIs.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask one thing.
Yeah.
Can like, are there more than one POI? Is there more than one POI? Or
No, cross questioning is not allowed.
okay.
Also, reiterating there are no POIs in the qualifiers. This is only a mock setup.
So in the final thing, we cannot ask points of
Not
index.
at all. Not at all. We reconvene at 8:45. I'm going to be away for 2 minutes. I'll just refill my water bottle. All right, ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Where's Bismarck? Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. Side proposition there. You can start with your speech when you see the timer on my screen. Just give me a countdown and begin. Bismarck, countdown and begin.
I'll be starting in head count of 3, 2, 1. So I'll be speaking for the proposition of for the motion that whether parents should push child to maximize their potential. Parenting a child is an intricate journey and it demands careful consideration of the methods and implications of parental involvement. So this house believes that parents of a child should push them to maximize their potential. First argument to support this debate is fostering excellence. Pushing child can help them reach their full potential, allowing them to excel in their chosen field and make significant contributions to the society. It ensures that they don't waste their extraordinary talents. Fulfilling their passion. Many children are deeply passionate about their interests and thrive when encouraged. Parents should support their passion and help them pursue it with dedication and providing a fulfilling and purposeful life. Providing structure. Children may benefit from parental guidance in managing their talents and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. This ensures that talents are not wasted and they grow up as a well-rounded individuals. While there is a risk of burnout, it is essential for the parents to set reasonable expectations, monitor the child's well-being, and provide emotional support to help child manage stress and pressure. Providing structure can be beneficial as it helps children balance their talents and other aspects of life, fostering a more well rounded life of an individual. The passion and dedication of a child should be encouraged and not suppressed to allow them to thrive in their chosen field. Thank you. I rest my case here.
All right, side off whenever you're ready.
I'm starting in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so considering your argument, I think that education is equally important as the potential because education is the building block of a child because it brings the child discipline and it makes the child more broad-minded instead of just pushing them to their potential. I understand that they have a passion too for themselves, but education and gaining knowledge is more important, and they should maintain or they should learn to keep a balance between their education, their other subjects, and their passion or potential, or whatever you can call it. And secondly, the youth should like you should you should not just push their potential ahead and ahead because because the things that the student gets taught at school is really important because the teachers because in the influence of students and teachers it learns new things and it has and you just have to keep them motivated to gain knowledge from everywhere because like just pushing them to the potential isn't gonna work, right? If you have to keep a second option because if you ever get like if you fail in your potential or if you fail in that field, you have to keep a second field ready. That should be very important. And knowledge is power these days, and it expands you and gives you the power to know everything and know anything in this world. I rest my case here. Thank you so much.
All right, for POIs, I'm again going to have to refer to the chat. So, no, not yet, wait. So, Arya, you can ask your POI to whoever you want to ask a POI. Just keep it short, 15 seconds, please.
Okay, am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, my question is to the opposition. Which is to say that when you say that children, like these child prodigies, are likely to be burnt out on the proposition side, do you not think it is actually the opposite? Because a child prodigy survives in an environment where they're intellectually challenged, where they have like-minded people who are able to understand their intellect, and thus they're going to be more burned out if their potential is not maximized.
Okay, so my answer to this is that I did mention in my argument that they should keep a balance between their lives. So their parents should help them keep a balance in their life, and they should keep on maintain a time schedule for them. So that would make them burnt out, and they should get proper sleep and diet with that.
All right. Yash, who is your POI to?
Proposition.
Okay, yes, ask.
Prodigy is a young human being with exceptional skill or ability in a particular field, but you don't need to love what you're good at. So any parental pressure in that field will necessarily be stressful for the child. What do you have to say about this?
Parental pressure is a different thing because it can be it can depend on
Ma'am.
okay, it's little props. I'm so sorry. I heard this.
So, while burnout is while there is a risk of burnout, but it is crucial to emphasize that not all children prodigies experience burnout. This does not support overloading or undue pressure. Instead, it actually advocates for reasonable expectations and the importance of parental guidance and emotional support. And with proper monitoring, prodigies can be allowed to explore their potential without pushing them to the point of burnout.
All right. Kushagra, who is your POI to?
No, my POI was asked. I had a similar one.
Rochishnu, who do you want to ask a POI?
I'm to the proposition.
Okay,
Uh,
proposition
am I
has just
audible?
answered. Proposition has just answered one question, so just wait.
Okay, then I'll be asking to the opposition.
Yeah, you could ask one to.
Okay, so I would like to ask for the opposition that isn't it the parents' responsibility to guide their child prodigy towards the excellence of the child's future, in the excellence of their future?
See, excelling in the future is if they excel in their prodigy or their interest or their passion, that's a really good thing. I would not interfere that. But parents should also they should, how can I say that? They should also encourage them to gain knowledge about other subjects because there isn't only one thing which exists in the world, right? You have to keep gaining knowledge to keep your perspective broader.
Okay.
All right. With that, I'm so sorry. I mean, we have to just conclude it here.
Can I
Whoever
ask a POI?
No, Amira, you've had a chance to speak. There's a lot of people who haven't had any of those chances. So we have to be fair. I mean, I've tried being the fairest I could be, but just understand that it's impossible for everybody to chime in this 1 hour that we have. But the important thing is that you have some takeaways from whatever you're spectating as well. Spectating mock debates help a lot in terms of understanding how debates happen. Go watch YouTube videos as well. Just type in WSDC 2023, 2022, 21, whichever year, and watch a few debates. It just is really invigorating.
Ma'am, could I ask a question to you, not a POI?
Yeah, just 1 second. I'll definitely take that. So with this, we'll call it a day. Whoever wants to leave, if you have no questions, I wish you all the very best for the qualifiers. I'll see you again in the qualifiers. So that should be it. And whoever wants to ask a question can stay back. I'm happy to answer. Thank you. Good night. Yes, Anya.
I would just like to ask you, ma'am, that I know points of index and POIs aren't counted in the qualifiers. So when I'm asking a question, to someone in the qualifiers, am I supposed to ask a question that they haven't used in their speech, or even if I'm not mentioning that they have
there
used
are
that
no
point in their
POIs in the qualifiers. This was just
Alright.
a practice. Yeah. Ria, question.
You
quickly.
mentioned about the email ID or the number that we have to message for the dates of the
I
qualifiers.
got it. I'm
Could you
putting it in the
please
chat.
repeat that?
Yeah, yeah, I'm putting it in the chat.
Thank you.
Okay, Vansh, question.
How long before the qualifiers will we be receiving our motions?
I told you, motion schedule will be released, so I won't be answering that question right now. Yash, what's your question?
Ma'am, for debates not of this format, when POIs are answered in a way that is totally unrelated to the question, how are we to respond?
There are no POIs in the qualifiers.
Not for this format, ma'am, in general.
If it's not related, you're still supposed to answer. If it's broadly related to the theme, the topic, then you're bound to answer.
No, ma'am. What I mean is, if there are follow-up questions,
Follow-ups don't happen. Like follow-ups are not allowed. One-time POI is allowed.
so ma'am, if the answer to our question was completely unrelated to our question itself,
Yeah. That judges see for themselves.
thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Abira, what's your question?
Can you just provide a bit of a feedback? I'm a first-time debater, so just I wanted a bit of feedback. I know my speech was really bad and stuff, but still it would help.
No, that's fine. But for that, you can text me personally, right? Because
Okay, yeah, sure. Can I get your number? Acha.
you'll find out the group. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anya?
Ma'am, I would just like to ask you that if we're dissatisfied, if we have presented an argument, the opposition or the proposition has given an argument for our question and we're not satisfied, can we at least express our dissatisfaction by saying this was completely irrelevant or something?
No, do
Or
it
is
in your
that
reply speech. Say it then or forever remain silent, sort of a thing.
no, ma'am? What I'm trying to ask is, for example, I have asked a question to my opponent, and the opponent hasn't given a suitable answer. So, am I supposed to just stay silent at that?
Yeah, you are. Unfortunately, that's very frustrating, but that's how it is.
All right, ma'am. Thank you. Good night.
Right, good night. Arya?
Ma'am, two questions. First, like let's say if in general also, let's say if we have an impromptu debate, then like what are you supposed to do in like the prep time? Like how do I make the best use of it? Specifically if like it's a topic I have not really like
This I
debated enough.
explained yesterday. You should watch the recording. Think about framing for a while. How am I going to define the stakeholders, the relationship between those stakeholders? What are the terms in the motion? What are the implications of the terms, not just dictionary definition of the terms? Where is this debate happening? Why do I think it's happening when I think it's happening? First, do the framing. And then after that, you're supposed to think about the argument. So you have to have a claim, you think about the analysis, then the example, like that.
Okay,
Just
perfect. Yeah.
Uh,
And ma'am, sorry, one
yeah.
more question. Okay, so like for prepared rounds, again, this is a very subjective question, but how do you research for a debate? Because it's like it's not statistics as you mentioned
read
yesterday.
up on the background. For example, if I give you a motion on the Vedic culture, and if you don't understand what the Vedas were like or what the Vedic culture was like, then you need the internet. So use the internet for the background details. Like you're given a BG guide where you're going to influence. Don't use the internet for main arguments. Like don't just replicate what the internet told you or ChatGPT told you. So argument has to be unique. Your understanding of the topic can come from the internet.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Tanisha, what might your question be?
My question was just answered. Thank you.
Perfect. Arjun?
I had two questions. The first was like in an impromptu debate, like impromptu motion, can we get something really abstract, like something we have no clue about in the motion, or will it be like relatively simple?
You can get something abstract, like this house regrets the narrative that one should find meaning in their work. That's a very abstract sort of a topic.
No, I meant
But
like something where you don't know what it is, like some
like
thing that
something
happened in
objectively
1860.
unknown, you mean, not
Yeah,
abstract then.
yeah.
In that case, you can research on the background. That's what I'm saying. Not everybody is expected to know Vedic culture. Not everybody is expected to know every person who ever lived in the ancient, like in medieval India. So you like do your research to find out who this person is.
Okay. And secondly, if we feel like someone is using like the internet for their speeches, and obviously we can't prove it, do we like bring it up, or will it be like
That's an important question. When you think the person is using the internet, please uh trust the judge with their about like they have discretion to understand when the internet is being used or like all those things. Like they've been in a lot of debates by the time they come and judge your round, which means that you need to completely trust the judge for that. And we are going to assure you of like a good edge pool quality. So don't be fretful about it, but yeah, you have to trust the judges with that. You cannot contend as such on
okay?
those things.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Ali, what's your question?
Wait. No. Yeah, so when will all the further logistics of the debate, as in times and motion, and when will all of that be released?
Slowly, steadily, everything will come on the WhatsApp group. Please just be on the lookout. I can't give you definitive timestamps right now.
Okay, sure. And we email the email that you send if we have any requests or clarification
Yeah, you can.
clarifications to make about the dates, right?
Yep. Aditya, what's your question?
Yeah, I have two questions. Firstly, can we like integrate POIs in the replies, and is the like and on the reverse of it, are we bound to answer any questions that the opponent that opposition or proposition just like adds into the reply speeches? Like, are we bound to answer?
You're not bound to answer any questions, but if they're asking you a question and if the judge takes note of it, I mean, you should try to answer it because they're trying to get something from you. But
So
it's
then
not
it,
imperative because
yeah,
if somebody does that in their opposition reply speech, then you don't have another speech to answer.
yeah.
So it's unfair.
So,
So
but
that
we
is
can integrate POIs into our reply speeches.
yeah, I mean it's not going to fetch you any marks when the other person doesn't have the chance to rebut.
Yeah, okay. And many of the POIs that were asked by people could have been resolved by even a very basic model. Like in many of the debates that were we are doing right now, is there any
I got your question. Yeah.
yeah, is there any marking for a model?
No.
No. So there's no use for us to make one.
Simple model is called mechanization. That's different. It's just you explaining how something works. That's not necessarily model.
Okay, so here there's no marking for what you said or models.
No marking.
Okay. Thank you.
Can you tell what a model is? I'm just
no, I don't want to get into it. So it's something advanced.
Okay.
And you don't need it right now. Yeah. Ali?
So in the debates that are impromptu, how much prep time will we have?
At least an hour.
An hour.
Half
Okay.
an hour, yeah.
And are all debates impromptu?
No.
And last question, are bullet points allowed? So are you allowed to pre-create bullet points or counter arguments?
A paper for reference is allowed, yes.
Is a Google Doc for reference allowed?
Yes, but if you're constantly reading, you'll be downbound.
No, not reading, bullet points, references.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Arya?
Yeah, I'm sorry to ask again. On the both the mock motions that we have right now, could you give your inputs as in say if you were there, what would you have debated, prop and op both?
I would have said a lot of things. So it's something that it's going to be another session altogether. So probably just text me and I'll give you a case on one motion, not both. How do we go about this? Okay, I'll probably record an audio and send on the WhatsApp group for this. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Can you send it on the official group so that I can access it?
Official group, yeah. Please don't start DMing me, everybody. I'm not going to respond. My WhatsApp is mostly flooded. So I'll put it on the WhatsApp group for you all as to how I mostly run arguments when I get a topic. Cool. All right. Viha, what's your question? Let's call it a day.
So first question actually, so like the previous debate, like I was sticking to just one argument and like that not gaining knowledge is important. So That did not satisfy me quite much, and it kind of sounded boring. So what should I do for that?
Well, think more. Right now, you had less time also. When you have more time, you would be able to think expansively. Think about more stakeholders. Think about more situations, right? Think about,
Okay.
so like somebody was saying that parents are going to like, I don't know, wait, just one thing that it struck me. Yeah, some people were saying that parents are always good actors. Not necessarily though. You can also prove otherwise. So be flexible. There's something in literature. I mean, I'm a literature graduate, so I can help you with this. Stakeholders should not be flat characters. Sometimes you end up saying that parents are good and they're always good. That's the wrong perception, right? In America, there's also drug addicts parents, and in India also there's too conservative parents who'd rather like hang their kids but not let them do what they want because they're too conservative. So parents can be both good and bad. Teachers can be both good and bad. All stakeholders have both good and bad in them. So don't make flat characters out of them. All right?
Okay. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, good night. All
Thanks.
right, guys, I'm not doing too well and I have literally run out of fuel now. Okay, Arya, is there a question? Okay,
No, sorry. Thank you.
cool. Thank you so much for joining in. This was really fun. And I hope to see you guys again sometime in the qualifiers. Definitely, you'll find me there. And if you make it to Delhi, there as well. So, all the best. Do well. And don't fret too much. It's not going to be out of the world, the topics or anything. So, just prep well, read up on the theme. You will be fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.